Congratulations and welcome to the fine Blue Ribbon Industrial Laundry family, where the women work hard and the men supervise and do jigs, just as nature intended. If you're seeing this, it means you've met our rigorous standards. This is a safe and healthy work environment, but we have a few rules to follow. You must be careful when tightening the belts to increase the load the Mangler can take. How does tightening the belts increase the load? Well, it's very simple logic, really. And that's how the Mangler works. If the belt tightening procedure does happen to draw blood, it's important not to feed this blood to the Mangler. The taste of human blood can make the Mangler malfunction, especially if it's a virgin's blood from someone nearing their 16th birthday. If you follow these simple rules, you'll find your time at Blue Ribbon Laundry long and grueling, giving you only moderate senses of dread.
3 modern masters of horror have just created the ultimate machine for terror.
I think we may be fucked.
Creatures coming for you. Creatures looking for you. Coming closer by the night.
For Halloween, I chose a movie that has many connections to me. For one, this is the first truly bad movie I ever watched. And for another, I actually have worked industrial laundry for about a year. So I've worked the real life version of this environment. To be honest, when I first saw this movie, I swore it was the worst movie I'd ever seen, which is probably true. It's rather bizarre watching this, especially so soon after God's Not Dead. These two movies are completely terrible, but while God's Not Dead is pretentious and assumes it's some brilliant drama, this movie knows exactly how stupid it is and doesn't pretend to be anything different. It's rather refreshing. The tagline for this movie talks about how it's from 3 masters of horror. Those 3 are Stephen King, Tobe Hooper, and Robert Englund. And while he is considered one, I wouldn't personally classify Stephen King as a master of horror unless I would start considering quantity over quality. Don't get me wrong, he's written some awesome stuff, but for every good story, there's at least 5 to 10 crappy ones. Tobe Hooper has directed plenty of crap, but he's also directed The Poltergeist, which I would consider one of the best horror films ever. However, he did quit this movie in the middle of filming and was replaced by Singh, and I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. So considering this a Tobe Hooper film would be like considering the original release of Superman 2 a Richard Donner film, which it's certainly not.
Prepare to be destroyed, Superman.
What was that?
Yeah, take that, you jerk.
That was a minor inconvenience.
Yeah, well, that's the idea. Slowed you down.
I'll say. Ow.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
No.
Yeah, well, take that.
Then we have Robert Englund, who I can't honestly complain about at all. Sure, he's been in bad movies, a lot of bad movies, but I've never seen him half-ass a performance. He's always enjoyable to watch on screen. He's just awesome. This movie has one very unique claim, though. No matter what hate anyone can throw at this movie, you always have to admit it is the Citizen Kane of serial killer laundry equipment movies. I know I've already covered this ground, but Robert Englund is one of those actors who's incapable of half-assing a performance. If he's there, he's gonna put his all into it. This is very true for Bill Gartley, which is honestly a very thankless role. He just seems to be a servant of the Mangler for reasons not featured in this movie. Despite this, Englund does his best to really cheese up the role, while still playing it with a straight face. It's a noble effort, even if the movie doesn't deserve it.
What's happening to me?
My child, there's a little piece of you in the Mangler, and the essence of it in you.
Okay, this character is kind of awesome. It's common to have a character in a horror movie that exists pretty much for exposition. In Poltergeist, you have that ghost expert.
They're attracted to the one thing about her that's different from themselves. Her life force. It is very strong.
Here we get a Mangler expert. Yes, someone who is knowledgeable in the details behind supernatural manglers. That's awesome.
And the most common ingredient in all these spells is the blood of a virgin.
I'll run right on over to Sherry Olette's house, okay? Knock on the door. Sherry, hi. My name is Officer John Hunton. I'm with the police department here, and I am investigating a laundry machine with a bad case of demon possession, and I need to examine you to determine whether or not you're a virgin. All right?
The actor, Daniel Matmor, is someone who I've never seen in anything else. I'm not sure if he's a particularly good actor, but I think he's great in this part. At times I even feel like he's channeling Tommy Wiseau, which is really an impressive feat since The Room came out almost 10 years after this.
It doesn't matter whether I'm a pervert.
Anyway, how is your sex life?
I just love the detail he needs to get about the girl who bled into the Mangler.
Let's go. Mark,
Sherry,
Mark.
are you a virgin?
Excuse me?
Holy crap, that is awesome. Such a horror cliche applied to something so not terrifying. Sure, the name is scary and the horror of the object stops there. Frankly, this character is great because at no point do you get the sense of him winking at the camera. He is completely sold on the mythology of this Mangler, and the more serious he takes it, the more I want to laugh my ass off. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit biased here. Just the idea of seeing Buffalo Bill versus a killer Mangler sounds awesome. And that's kinda what we get at times. Hell, the Mangler even comes alive and chases him down some medieval gothic staircase that exists in this laundromat for some reason. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This ending is nuts. Mark Jackson and Officer John Hutton have to stop Bill Gartley from sacrificing a 16-year-old virgin to the Mangler. I kinda love that this movie made me say that sentence. It's so ridiculous that I can't help but enjoy it. But it gets better. Mark Jackson performs an exorcism on the Mangler, which is just great. But one of the ingredients is wrong, so what happens? If you guess the Mangler comes to life and chases them down a crazy gothic staircase that comes out of nowhere, you'd be correct. It's so cliche, yet it takes itself so seriously. I can't help but laugh at this stuff. Really, I can't help but enjoy a movie when it's this outrageous. This might simply be the greatest beginning to a film ever. We first see the Mangler, and it has ridiculously oversized chains. Then this woman cuts herself from nothing that I can see. Then the Mangler gets her blood, and of course that's how it gains a taste for human blood. Cause I remember when I worked with a Mangler, rule number 1 was, don't let it get any blood. You also can't feed them after midnight or get them wet. And then we get this haunted fridge, and frankly, I don't understand why there is a haunted fridge in this movie, but it certainly doesn't take away from the enjoyment factor on this scene. So, does this remain the worst movie I've ever seen? Hell no. It's not even the worst movie I've reviewed on my channel. Is it a good or even entertaining movie? If the movie had maintained the tone at the beginning, it'd likely be a great B-movie horror feast. Something so absurd it's impossible not to enjoy. Sadly, this tone is not maintained. It does pop up throughout the movie, but mostly it's just kind of boring. All too often it feels like they're actually trying to treat the Mangler like a serious threat. That's the core of the movie's problem. The actors give their all at making the Mangler a major threat, but we simply don't see enough of the Mangler to get a sense of the threat. The Mangler just sits at the laundromat, just waiting for a victim to happen near it. It's hard to really worry about a demonic device that can't actually come get you.
Come over here!
No.
Why not?
'Cause you're gonna iron me and fold me if I get near you.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will.
What if I promise not to?
Oh, well, okay then.
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
I is an evil lad.
Now die! Oh, no, God! Oh, dear God in heaven.
In the end, I can only give this movie a 3 out of 10. It's hardly the worst thing out there, and it does have its moments of genuine humor, but there are better horror films and better horror comedies out there.
Doesn't matter whether I'm a pervert.
Anyway, how is your sex life?
You fuck me. I fuck.